The 5-week update. Babies probably just can sense when they're away from the mother. Really super fast letdown. There's a lot of co-sleepers out there. A lot of people do it and there's such shame around it. She hates the bassinet, she hates the swing. Put some trust in your body. It's right there. Some people just don't understand until you're going through it. Like say you have a baby that will not want to be put down, you have a baby that does not like anything but you. Adeline, I cannot believe, will be 5 weeks old tomorrow. Like, the time has gone by so quick. Like, I feel like I was just having her and I just came home from the hospital with her, and you know, newborn life and this new life just like literally just started. I don't understand, like, how does it go by so fast? It's just that is probably the biggest thing I've been struggling with since having her, and I think a lot of people also can agree with what I'm saying here. And I think it's because she's my third, and I really understand like how fast it goes. Like last night I was looking at pictures when she was like a day, 2 days, 3 days old, and like she already looks so different, and I can tell she's so much bigger now. Just to do like, I don't know where to put the camera. My arm starts to hurt when I have to hold this too long. So just an update on Adeline. If you want to talk about feeding, we're still breastfeeding. Like, I want to call it nursing because I also pump. Like I always, unfortunately get stuck pumping just due to the fact that my left side she can't latch on. Like it's like not a normal nipple, and I always just keep reminding people that, like, you know, haven't seen my video before, like if they don't understand, like I actually have to have her on the good side, or I'll have like a suction on the other side, but most of the time just to like get it over with, I hold up, like, you know, I'll hold the pump like this on the other side and then have her nursing on the other side. I've actually been using, I'm like back and forth like with the silicone pumps, but this one I actually had with Sebastian, and I've been using this one. And like I had a Lancino one that had like a strap, and at first I'm like, oh, this is really good because they always kick it. Like they always end up kicking it and then the milk falls out and everything. But this one is like more secure, and you can kind of just, I don't know, it just isn't like so dangly. So this one is actually really good. It's super expensive. I think it was over $30, but I got it like 2 years ago. But anyway, she's doing really good with nursing. I'm like really happy. I can't believe it's been like 5 weeks. I didn't get to do that with Sebastian at all. If you guys go back to like my other videos, I had like so much anxiety about like the feeding. I would actually triple feed, which is not something you really want to do. Like it's either you formula feed, you breastfeed, or nurse, that's what we'll say, like directly from the boob, or you exclusively pump. People are okay with it, but for me, it was like such a huge drain on my mental health. Like I would sit there, try to nurse him, be really nervous about how much he was getting, and then I would pump, and then I would give him a bottle afterwards. So it was like this hour-long process that just didn't really make much sense. But like this time, I don't know what it was. I think a lot of it had to do with like her, when she came out really fast. So she swallowed a lot of amniotic fluid, and she would not, like I was actually like trying to give her pumped milk through a bottle because I was getting nervous, you know, the same anxieties were coming back, but she just didn't. She didn't accept a pacifier or anything. She really only accepted my boob in the hospital, and I was syringe feeding her a little bit because I was nervous about like jaundice levels and stuff, and I knew she needed a little bit in her. But anyway, it was like a blessing in disguise that she would reject everything but my boob. I am using a nipple shield though, because I'm dealing with, I mean, not dealing with, I've always just had a really super fast letdown. So we use the nipple shield because it kind of like helps a little bit. And also sometimes when I can tell I'm super full for like 2 minutes straight, since I'm already starting with the pump, I'll pump out like the side she's gonna drink off of like for 1.5 minutes, and I'm not even kidding, like 2 to 3 ounces like come flooding out. So I've always had an oversupply, and I said in one of my other videos that I am just dumping it. You can go back and see like my reason for it, but I'm just not gonna explain that because I don't want to over talk too much. But she's not using any of the pumped milk. I don't need to freeze it. I'm not doing that this time, so she's just strictly drinking from me. She doesn't drink off the left side, and I'm not dealing with one large boob and one pancake. Like, that is not happening. Her feeding is really, really well with that, and I'm so proud that I just put trust in my body this time. So if you're struggling with that, really just put some trust in your body. It's like, you can kind of tell, okay, how many wet diapers? Like, she has about like 4 or 5 explosions, and I mean like huge, like the diaper's full, and then she'll have like multiple little ones, and there's just always pee in there. And you can kind of just tell, like, when in doubt, okay, if you feel like she didn't do well or he didn't do well, just put them back on your boob. Like, that's all you have to do. Just introduce it and put them back on, and they're gonna get more milk. So just have some faith, have some patience in it. I'm hoping down the line that, like, when she's older and like maybe not needing as much breast milk, like when we're having solids or something, that I can let this other boob dry up a little bit and I don't have to pump as much. Because if it was just pop around my boob, have to worry about the one boob and not have to worry about oversupply, it's like the easiest thing ever. Just sit down, put your baby on the boob, take them off, that's it. Like, oh, it's amazing. Like, the pumping is just so annoying, but like, it's just something that I have to do right now. And also, my milk's not regulated. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks for your milk to get regulated. In the beginning, you have to be really careful. You could create an undersupply if you're not careful enough with trying to pull out enough milk. Adeline also, you know, not gonna lie, she will be on me all day until we go to bed. That's just how it's been. At first I was getting really upset about it because it feels like I don't have much of a life. I can't do much. And I've said before, she hates the bassinet, she hates the swing, she hates a car seat. Like, I went out the other day and she screamed the whole time in the car. Then when we went inside the store, I put her in the wrap. Not a peep came out. I'm just, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna fight it. Like, this honestly feels really good. And I was thinking yesterday, you know, because she's 5 weeks old, I'm probably going to miss this so much. I'm probably gonna think back at this time of my life and feel such heartache when it's like gone. Whatever, you know, this is how it is. And I feel like, I truly feel like she has a lot of separation anxiety, because at first I thought it was reflux, but now, which the reflux has improved a lot. Now I guess that she's just getting a little bit bigger, but I think it's just anxiety. And I swear, and I keep talking about this part too, that you know, me and her had like this internal connection, obviously when you're pregnant with them, but like I really, and I still have my hard days about like the pregnancy ending and like us disconnecting and whatnot. I swear she feels it too. Like, she must have felt it too. Didn't want to be apart. So I think that's when I keep reminding myself, like, you know, even though I'm still struggling with that a little bit, she's struggling with it too. So we just need to be together. So now this is the part that I'm gonna tell you guys about that. Oh, it's really dark. Okay, now that I'm walking in my room, I'm gonna be really honest here too. I'm gonna talk about co-sleeping. I have never ever co-slept with any of my other babies, but then again, I never had a baby that was this clingy, and I don't want to say needy, whatever, you know what it is. She loves me, I love her. We're taking it day by day. I went out of my way to rent this new bassinet, wasted obviously the money. Good thing I'm returning it. I'm returning it at the end of the month, so I won't be charged for it anymore. We're co-sleeping right now, and it's just, that's what's working. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that's so unsafe, and I'm not gonna like disagree with you. I am like really worried about it, and my goal at the end of the day is crib and bassinet, but it's just what's working. Like, some people just don't understand until you're going through it. Like, say you have a baby that will not want to be put down, you have a baby that does not like anything but you, do what works at the time. Because I'm also not going to sit there and let her cry all night and let her be really, really stressed, because I have, like, we have tried, and you know, I'm like right there trying to binky this, soothe her. She will not until she is in the bed with us. We actually have her like in a knockoff DockATot, and she's swaddled, so she can't like move around. Like, this is like a tight halo swaddle, so she like literally is on her back the entire time. Where's it? It's right there. I am like waking up multiple times during the night, and I like obviously always like check. She literally just lays flat on her back, and with the lounger there, me and Gino don't roll because you can kind of start to feel it. Just taking it day by day, and I've opened up a lot on my Instagram, and there's a lot of co-sleepers out there. A lot of people do it, and there's such shame around it. A lot of people just don't admit it. Like, it's like this secretive thing. And I opened up to my pediatrician about it. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. And she obviously was like, it's okay, but you guys aren't allowed to sleep technically. I'm like, to be honest, like, she's sleeping really, really well. I've never had a baby sleep that well. Like, I mean, like 4 to 5 hour stretches. Like, I have to wake up and pump in the middle of the night and she won't wake up, because I'm not gonna sit there and wake her up now, because I try to, you know, I'm not gonna wake her up. Yeah, she's sleeping actually super well. Where's wood? She's sleeping well, knock on wood. It's probably not gonna last, but basically, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, she literally slept through the night last night. We went to bed at 9 and woke up at 5:30. I really think it's co-sleeping. I think that babies probably just can sense when they're away from the mother. And I think that's really why, because I don't know what else it could be. I'm not doing it. I'm literally not doing anything, and she's breastfed, and she's, you know, doing pretty well in that department. So yeah, that's an update, the 5-week update on Adeline. As long as she's on me, she's good. You won't hear from her. And then I actually do wake her up every 3 hours is like the longest I go. And before we go to bed, I like introduce my boob like so much, like a lot. Like, I sit there on the couch for probably over 2 hours just trying to feed her. So I think she's getting in like so many calories before bed too. We don't have a routine other than, you know, sitting on the couch nursing, and then that you kind of can't have a routine when they're this little. My mental health wise, I'm still, you know, I think taking time on it. Like, I know a lot of people might think or get worried about postpartum depression, but I really feel like at the same time, you know, give yourself grace. You went through a lot, your baby went through a lot. You know, I have a huge understanding on how your hormones work. Your hormones have a huge effect on like what you're thinking in your head too. Some people really do get it worse than others, but I've just been letting myself feel. I'm really open about what's bothering me, even though if it sounds silly or not. Like, I haven't had any crying episodes in over like probably like 2.5 weeks. I think the baby blues are definitely over, and now I'm just getting used to things still. But it's like, if you think back from last week, the week before, I've had a lot more improvements with my mental health in general. But yeah, I mean, just every person's different. My postpartum sweating, I feel like it's finally ending too. Everything down there, I stopped bleeding. It doesn't really hurt anymore. I'm really dry down there from breastfeeding. I could like tell, because after I pee sometimes it like burns, if that makes sense. But my body wise too, like, I have really a decent amount of ab separation. I've also been going on my treadmill, just doing like a mile walk just to like get a little bit of exercise. Not anything crazy, because next week is my 6-week postpartum checkup visit thing. Not that they can do anything, but I'm just taking everything really slow. But I am starting to have a little bit more movement just because it feels good. I don't think there's gonna be any type of exercise for a while, because like, other than, and she's on me too when I'm on the treadmill. She's in the carrier when we're doing it. But yeah, probably no exercise for that for a while, because I physically can't do, there's only so much I can do besides the walking. Like, I really would like to start working on my abs to like fix the ab separation, because I laid down and I tested it. I'm like at least 2 fingers. You can like feel it after you have a baby. Like, there's like a physical hole like by your belly button, but it does heal with exercise. So yeah, that's pretty much the update that I have right now, the 5-week update. We're doing pretty well for now. Gino, Mila, and Sebastian are outside, and my dad actually came to visit, and I haven't seen him in over a year, well over a year, because he lives in Pennsylvania. We now live in Missouri, so he actually just flew out here to see us. They're outside right now. I do want to show you this too. This is the little caddy that I use. I'll highly recommend. It's like, just makes everything so much easier. And then this is where we like sit and nurse, pump, whatever. I'm actually making my dad's birthday cake, or I want to make my dad's birthday cake while he's still outside, because his birthday actually passed. But I'm making an ice cream cake for him. It's gonna be his 2 favorite flavors. So we put like for instance, I'll do the chocolate on the bottom, and then a layer of like Oreos and like chocolate sauce, and then this on top, and then pretty much the same thing. It's really, really good. I'm actually just not a big chocolate fan, so I probably would only eat like the mint part of it, but I'm gonna get going to doing that because I think I only have 2 hours until I have to, maybe even 1.5, because I always have a timer just in case I don't want it to go over that long. But while everyone's outside and it's not like crazy, prepare a crock pot meal for later, the cake, and actually this is homemade cookie dough, not cookie dough, sugar cookie dough. I want Mila and Sebastian to like decorate little Christmas sugar cookies for later. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for now. She still has a lot of hair too. Thankfully, I don't want it to fall out. Maybe I'll update later. Maybe this will be the end of the vlog. I don't know.